Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Mrs. Bandu's Math Movies. This is Lesson 6-4, Course 2, fourth period, finding percent of a number. So we want to find and estimate the percent of a number. Okay, so we're going to start with example number 1. Example number 2, I'm going to skip at this point in time. We may come back and pick it up later. We may not. Right now, I want you to concentrate on, let's be able to find percents, and then we can look perhaps later at using some estimation or using some mental math here. Okay, so first of all, find 80% of 460. And we have two different methods. Method 1 is write the percent as a decimal. So 80% equals 0.8 because we want to lose the decimal sign, the percent sign, so we're going to move our decimal point 2 places back to the left. That's going to give us 0.8. So we simply take the amount, 0.8, the percent, times 460. That gives you 368. Be sure you can get that on your calculator. So 80% of 460 is 368. Okay? Most kids like to do them this way because then they can use their calculator. But the big part of this right here is being able to change it to the appropriate number. Okay. Also, we could use it as a fraction. So 80%, remember, starts out as 80 over 100, which reduces to 4/5. All right. Now, so we're going to do 4/5 times 460. There's a couple of different ways you can do this with your calculator. You can take 4 divided by 5, hit the equal key. Well, and you don't really even have to do that, I don't think. Times 460. You'll get 368. Okay? You could also do 4 times 460 divided by 5, and you should still get 368. So a couple of different keystrokes you could use over there. Okay? And again, we will practice some of these in class. Don't freak out. Okay, now, quick checks. Go ahead and do number 1 and number 2 as well. But number 2, just find 40% of 2,400. You don't need to use mental math. Just use regular math. Right now, I'm concentrating on that rather than the mental math. Okay, now, this is a little bit different in number 3. It's asking us to estimate. So that means we're going to use numbers that are going to be easy to work with, and we don't always absolutely have to have the exact value. Okay? So estimate each answer. We have 76% of 405. Okay? So 76% is very close to the fraction 3/4 because you have 75 over 100. 76 over 100, which is very close to 75 over 100. Oops. Most of us really, honestly, we should know that 75% is another name for the fraction 3/4. And then I'm going to take 405 and round it to 400. What I now have are compatible numbers because I have 3/4 and 400. Okay? So that gives me about 300. Now I'm going to write down here why this works. 3/4 times 400 over 1, and I can cross cancel. 4 goes into itself one time. 4 goes into 400 100 times. So 3 times 100 gives me the 300. So I can say then that 76% of 405 is about 300. You might use these when you're estimating crowd sizes or, or something like that where you have larger numbers that you're trying to deal with. Okay? All right, then. And the next one is 12% of 5,575. Okay. What I would probably do here is 12% is very close to 10%. And 10% is 10 over 100, which is 1/10. Again, one that you should probably know or be able to figure out pretty quickly. Now I can take 5,575 and I might make this 5,580. The idea is, since this is a 10, I want this number at least to end in a 0. So that gives me 558. So 5,580 is the compatible number I used. So 12% of 5,575 is about 558. Okay, also again, remember, because they're estimating, we can have slightly different answers. Somebody might have done this to 5,600 and gotten 560 as an answer. That's okay. We don't all have to get exactly the same answer, but our work has to be reasonable and show an understanding of compatible numbers. Okay, you have some estimates to complete here as well, and I will see you back in class very soon.